Hoboken High School Hispanic Heritage Month Luncheon and celebration. So thank you for coming. At this time, to start us off, it's my privilege to introduce Hoboken High School's building principal, Miss Pick.
There, you can hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's excited. This is an annual tradition that we do here at Hoboken High School, thanks to Mr. Munoz, the Hispanic Culture Club. But as always, it takes more than one person, right? So Miss Della Rosa, Mr. Barfield, Miss Cruz, and of course Chef Nelson, because we're all dying to eat a little lunch. So many thanks to all the Mr. Stasiak and Mr. Stasiak, all those that are part of this celebration, because it's not one person. It's a team of people that put this together for you. So don't forget to say thank you to all these people. From my heart, I'm truly appreciative of that. As a principal of a high school, you are really led by your district leaders, and we are very, very, very thankful to Superintendent Johnson, who is here with us, because what she does is allows for all of this. She gives me, and I give all my advisors the ability to do all of this. So thank you, Dr. Johnson. So I always like to think of one takeaway from the day. Outside of the guacamole and salsa, I would like to believe that you take away one little thing from today. And I don't know what it is, if it's the music you listen to, but we are blessed to have Assemblywoman Annette Shapiro here with us to speak with us. So thank you, Ms. Shapiro. And what I want you to take away from all of this is that Assemblywoman Shapiro went to Hoboken High School, and I'm not going to say how many years later, but she has come back to Hoboken High School because she's giving back to her community. And if that's the takeaway you could leave with here today, that's an important one. It's great to celebrate. It's great to remember. It's great to call on great people. But as Hoboken High School Red Wings, at some point you're going to be called on to give back. Whether it's to this community or a community elsewhere, your college community, where you set up residence someday, any community, you need to remember the people who have come back and given to you. And I hope you remember to give back to the community either you live in, or you, as you all know, you're always welcome to come back to Hoboken High School. So, at this time, I'm going to invite Dr. Johnson, our Superintendent of Schools, to share a couple of words with all of you.
So I know that everyone is extremely hungry, so I'm going to keep this as brief as possible. But good afternoon, and I was so happy, thrilled actually, when Mr. Munoz asked me to say a few words this afternoon. Today we're all celebrating the Hispanic heritage. As you know, or you might not know, observation started in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson, but it was expanded under President Reagan in 1988 to encompass a 30-day period of time from September 15th to October 15th, and it was actually enacted into law on August 17th, 1988. The first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, September 15th, is extremely significant because it is the anniversary of independence for Latin American countries such as Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. In addition, Mexico and Chile celebrate their Independence Days on September 16th and September 18th, respectively. While the designated time frame is from September 15th through October 15th, I hope you know that no limited time period should envelope the love you have and the pride you feel for your culture and heritage. The music, the dance, food, family traditions, and the beautiful language draws everyone in, Hispanic or not. Performer Paulina Rubio stated, "Everyone has a little Latino inside of them." Growing up in an Italian household with parents who emigrated from Italy at the ages of 10 and 12, I understand the importance of preserving heritage and culture. Hoboken High School is acutely aware that the Hispanic culture is so very prevalent and is woven into the fabric of our district. As students, you are strong, you are beautiful, you're resilient, and you are proud. And I hope that you feel supported in all that you do and all that you are. As a club and as individual students, there is nothing you cannot achieve. In the words of Justice Sotomayor, the Latina in me is an ember that blazes forever. Don't be afraid of what burns inside of you, because when fate whispers to the warrior, you cannot withstand the storm. The warrior whispers back, I am the storm. Hoboken Hispanic Heritage Club members, be the storm. Mr. Munoz, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to such amazing students, and I hope you enjoy your luncheon.
I would like to announce Assemblywoman Annette Shapiro.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I brought my little speech to share with you, and then I said, well, I didn't say, my son said, please don't bore the kids. Just get to your story, get to the point, they'll get it. So I won't try to bore you too much with the politically correct thing to say, but I do want to share with you, you guys know already I'm an Assemblywoman, I'm Annette Shapiro. I represent the 33rd District. I am the first woman and Latina coming out of Hoboken representing the 33rd District. Thank you. The 33rd District represents Hoboken, Union City, Weehawken, and parts of Jersey City. I grew up in the Housing Authority. As a matter of fact, Mr. Malfield's sister was one of my best friends. So he understands what the struggles were for us, and I went to Hoboken High School, but I did not graduate from Hoboken High School. I got my GED, and I share that with you because it's very important that you understand. I grew up in the Housing Authority, I had no clothes, I was always hungry. So of course I was embarrassed to come to school. So one of the smart decisions I made was to drop out of high school because I had no clothes. So it goes to show you that we make choices that make big impacts. I had a lot of struggles in my life, and I didn't have to. We have so many resources around us, so many people that are willing to help. I had so many teachers that tried to talk to me about my future, about education, how important it is, and that's something that haunted me for a very long time. Because all I wanted to do was get to the club and party, okay? That's what I wanted to do. I don't want to talk about the future. I'm young, I got my whole life ahead of me. Well, there was a lot of struggles and a lot of things I didn't have to take, a lot of roads I didn't have to take. So even though I didn't go to college, which I really wanted to go to college, but those choices that I made, I want you to understand one thing. Life is full of surprises. You are capable of so much. What you're going through, no matter how small or big you think it is, it's just temporary. It's not the end of the world. You have choices, you have people that are willing to help you. I am committed to helping you. I say that again, I am committed to helping you. You can reach out to my office. Mr. Munoz has my contact information. I want you to reach out to me because I walk into this building and I still get chills because I wish I did things differently. And I won't want anyone to leave this building thinking, I'm all right, I could do okay, or nobody cares. We all care. Every time I talk about my past and I talk to someone else, they're like, really? That happened to me too. And I never knew, they never knew. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Be proud of who you are. Here is this Latina from the hood with a GED in the state representing, making the laws, changing laws, and here I am making sure that I represent you very well. So, embrace change. I was so scared. I didn't walk into Trenton knowing what I was going to do on the first day. I walked into Trenton very scared, looking to the left, looking to the right, saying, oh my God, here's a doctor. Oh my God, here's an attorney. What am I going to offer? And you know what I'm offering? I'm offering to represent people just like me. I'm a runaway kind of girl. I'm representing you, and I need to be there. I need to be your voice because we need to represent the demographic we're in. And in 2010, we had 54% Latinos, Hispanics right here in my district. And you know when the census come up, the percentage is going to grow even more. So I need to represent you. I need you to know that if things are not right, we need to change it. You are my voice. Don't think because you're kids or you're young, this is who we need to talk to and tap into because you're our future. And we have to make it right. Think of Greta Thunberg, who went to UN and did her speech and motivated everyone. She took criticism for that, but she did it. I'm sure it wasn't easy for her. So lift your voices up, speak up, do what you want to do with passion. And if you don't know what you want to be, that's okay. And even if you know what you want to be and it doesn't work out, so what? Change your path. So I'm here for you. I am so grateful that you invited me, Mr. Munoz. I will always be here for you, and I want you, and I sincerely mean that. I'm not just saying that and then I'm not going to pick up my phone. So please, do reach out to me. And just so you know, this upcoming year, I want to do a legislative workshop. Now, I thought about that just for, residents of Hoboken and in my district, but I'm thinking about maybe a Part 2 legislative workshop for students because really, I think you guys rock. I think you guys have great ideas, and we need to just embrace that, and I want to make changes that you guys can be happy with. So, thank you.
I don't know, Mr. I'm thinking legislative workshop during PGP. Sounding good? All right. All right, so I'd like to bring up at this time the Master of Ceremonies for today. I didn't introduce her in the beginning, and I apologize, but I am so proud that the president of the Hispanic Culture Club has been in the club since she was a freshman, and now she's a junior, class of 2021, representing, and she is taking over a new chapter of this club. So I'd like to bring up the Master of Ceremonies to bring up our next presenter, the president, Eve Gutierrez.
I would like to invite Zanaya Edmondson to read Cleaning Crackers.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before we eat, I just want to start you off with a little story called Cleaning Crackers. It may sound a little bit weird, but it's actually about diversity. So, a group of women have been unfolding their lawn chairs every afternoon for about 15 years to powwow on my grandmother's stoop. Dominoes in their carrying cases on the ground, agua de limon in my grandmother's hand, iced tea in the grips of her native English-speaking friends who flaunt sundresses and hats to match. This daily congregation of women does what most people do when they get together, talk about other people. Husbands, neighbors, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, sons, daughters, pizza boys, grocery checkers, pool cleaners, or pretty much anyone who has anything going on in their lives who could become a topic of conversation. My grandmother was raised in Latin America and moved to the United States on her 15th birthday. Sometimes she confuses people with her use of English. It's most hilarious when she translates Spanish-speaking sayings to English verbatim. Apparently, she thinks colloquialisms can be universally translated. One afternoon, I walk outside, acting like a brat, and I tell my grandmother that I'm going to run away from home if she doesn't let me go to the dance at the community center. She erupts with anger because I'm challenging her authority in front of her friends, something you don't do in my family, not if you want to live in it. My grandmother looks at me with rage in her eyes and yells, "I will enter you to clean crackers." It sounds like a line from The Exorcist, and my grandmother's friends look frightened. eyes dart around the circle of lawn chairs, trying to see if anybody else understands what exactly is going on. They probably think in some peculiar way that Latinos punish their children. My grandmother is still foaming at the mouth, and I'm standing frozen on the porch. I'm scared to go inside, scared to go outside, and scared to get too close to my grandmother, who is trying to regain her composure. Now, you think that her friends who know she has a knack for screwing up translation of Spanish sayings, but my grandmother is a crazy wild card. She has been known to say some pretty crazy things that she meant to say, and that's why her friends never know when she's speaking literally or when she's mixing up the Spanish saying. I'm paralyzed, and my grandmother is trying to suck the saliva back into her mouth, and her friends are caught in the middle of a Latino standoff. My grandmother has told me many times that she was going to enter me to clean crackers. And I know all too well what it means. However, her friends obviously don't. She finally calms down, and I lean over as I always do and tell them what my grandmother meant was, I'm going to slap you, or te voy a entrar a galletas limpias. Simultaneously, the women give a loud, oh, and go back to playing dominoes without a care in the world for my safety. As long as my grandmother isn't going to literally enter me to clean crackers, they don't give a care whether she hits me or not. As a matter of fact, I was a tradición as a child. I'm sure at the point they all wanted to enter me to clean crackers too. Well, I did you for a while, or as my grandmother always says, it already was, ya estuvo, or translated figuratively, that's all she wrote. Thank you.
And now I'd like to present to you America Long with her.
From the National Spanish Society. Cultivo una rosa blanca en junio como en enero para el amigo sincero que me da su mano franca. Y para el cruel que me arranca el corazón con que vivo, caldo mi ortiga cultivo la rosa blanca.
Thank you very much, Amir. Okay, so at this time, we're going to get to your favorite part of the program, all right? We're going to get to the food, and you know what? A big round of applause to these people that are walking up right now, because Chef Nelson and her team did an amazing job, and they've been working really hard, so thanks, guys.
Hasta abajo si soy yo, Yankee Pasta me inspiró. Bajo fuerte como no, allá con mi pantalón bailando reggaetón. No se lo voy a negar, si la mujer pide, yo y se para que no se lo voy a negar, si la mujer pide, yo
speakers. Mr. Stasiak and the Rockin' Red Wings for providing music to our ears and entertainment. Chef Nelson and the culinary arts class for the amazing food. Our club advisor, Mr. Munoz, and teachers Mrs. Cruz, Mrs. De La Rosa, and Mr. Barfield for organizing the ongoing events in our school. I would also like to personally thank everyone for attending this event. Hispanic Heritage Month is a memorable time for us because it allows our community to come together and celebrate as one. As the president of the Hispanic Culture Club, I prepared this speech to share with you the importance of the Hispanic Culture Club and Hispanic Heritage Month. The Hispanic Culture Club plays a vital role in the school, and we are truly an amazing family. I believe that our club is meaningful because it helps us make room to understand differences between communities and spread pride about Hispanic culture. We plan fun activities that tie us together. As a club, we go out to our community and share cultural activities with the youth of our city, whether it is going to Wallace School or Brand School to work with younger children. This is one of my favorite community service projects because I believe learning about culture helps us understand people of different backgrounds and basically all over the world. The best part about being in this club is that no matter what race or ethnicity you are, we welcome you into our home with open arms. As people of color, we have a potent power and a responsibility to change events around us, and not just professionally, but spiritually and politically as well. I would also like to thank Hoboken High School for offering such diverse and cultural opportunities to us. This gives each of us a moment to embrace not only our culture as Hispanics, but the window to learn about other cultures as well. And finally, thank you, Mr. Munoz, our club advisor, for guiding us through the club, our family, to cherish these learning opportunities and to share with you all. Remember what Mr. Munoz says, we are not a club, we are a family. I leave with this quote, your individuality is important, but so is belonging. Recognize the parts of your culture that have shaped your past and the parts you want to carry with you into the future. We will see you next year at next year's event.
Thank you, Eve. I appreciate it. I just want to thank a couple of people for coming. Obviously, Assemblywoman Annette Shapiro, thank you for being our voice in the 33rd. We'd like to thank Miss Pick and Miss Mara for always allowing us to get together and celebrate our culture and get you guys out of class. So let's give it up for Miss Pick and Miss Mara for getting you out of class. We want to thank Superintendent Johnson and Assistant Superintendent Rodriguez, okay, for always supporting us and always really being big fans of what we do in the Hispanic Culture Club. I'd like to thank my partners in crime as usual, Miss Cruz, Miss De La Rosa, and my brother from another mother, Mr. Barfield. My man back there. Mr. Stasiak and the Rockin' Red Wings. Chef Nelson, thank you for dealing with us. Give Chef Nelson and her class a round of applause. Our custodial staff stays, and that's it. Guess what? Now my favorite part. My favorite part of the whole thing that I get to tell you guys. Now you have to go back to 8th period.